Hello friends, welcome back. BigDenoPlays, Chronicles of Drunagor. And we are on to chapter 2 of Chronicles of Drunagor, which is exciting. I have played both chapter 1 and chapter 2 a couple of times, both with solo and with some other people. And so this time is going to be my third or fourth time playing this mission. So I'm actually very excited to get through this mission so that I can move into stuff that I have not played, which we will definitely be doing very, very soon, maybe even today. But let's dive in. We'll nip over to the books area and we'll read Black River's Missing. So, the caravan arrives at the town of Black River just as night falls at the end of the following day. The town is in turmoil, as the militias had been called in for the many strong arms that would be needed to build a palisade around the settlement. Having introduced yourself to the mayor, Matthias Cormac, as a volunteer adventurer, you walk alongside him as he inspects the construction of the town's defences, learning about its problems and how you might help deal with them. The last time we built one of these, says Matthias, pausing to watch the work of some men, was half a century ago, and my grandfather believed it would be the last time our people would face a wave of incursions. However, now we have no choice but to arm peasants, fishermen, and artisans against these things that have risen in the woods. He concludes with a heavy voice. Almost every night, monstrosities attack us like maddened men, lassoing those who cannot fight or flee as if capturing animals. He explains with a frown. I know these bastards have made their nest in James East's old fortress, but the 2 times I tried to fight them there, I was forced to retreat with less than half my men. However, where direct confrontation has failed, it could be that a more subtle approach will work. Following the advice of the priest you met the day before, you offer to help, leaving early in the morning under the day's protection. The journey through the riverine forests is calm, and after a half a day's march, you come across the ruins of the aforementioned fortress, built upon a high bluff that overlooks the mighty Black River. On another occasion, you would even be content to spend time here, enjoying a view adorned by the patina of time. The silence makes you wonder if anyone actually inhabits this place, but recent tracks that look as though heavy loads were dragged into the keep indicate that something is going on here. Without hesitating, you advance towards the fortress on the mountainside, preparing for the worst. So in this mission we will have darkness emerging from darkness spawning points, and so I have added the darkness hunting card on there. We know about how darkness works, we know about curse cubes. We immediately win when we say the adventure ends here, and that's it. So we can move over to starting the adventure. Dungeon tray 1 with 1 interaction token with 2 charges. And here we go. So we can set one guy up here. So let's do that. Okay, so if we go over to our initiative track, you can see we have Tork and Drasek, and then drawing a rune. There is nothing else on the board. So we'll start with Tork. So Tork, 1, 2, 3. He's adjacent to the interaction token, and so he is going to use that for a minor action to interact with that token. And so we look up Cool. So we have some choices. We can pry the gems out, we can pull the blue flame torch, we can examine the running water, we can pull the handle, we can pull the yellow torch, examine the parchment. We are going to pull the handle, number 12. Number 12 says, pull the handle. Curious, you pull the handle with a good deal of effort, followed by a little jolt. The noise of pulleys and chains dragging within the ruined wall echoes around you, and a moment later a passageway opens in the masonry nearby, bringing to light a storehouse of loot. And there it is. So, place that there. We have 2 chests. Cool. So it's now Tork's cube actions. And so if we have a look here, so he does have a movement one. But what we might do is enrage for self, shield 4, and fury 1. And then do we focus? Do we focus maybe? No, I think so. We may actually, do we open the door here? We'll do a savage charge. So we have to pay 1 hit point. And then we move 6, targeting adjacent enemy for 2 damage. Now, when you do a move action, you can interrupt it with any number of minor actions. That's allowed. So we're going to go over to here. We'll just move 1, and we will open the door into the old armory. Advancing through a door, you reach an underground chamber far from any light, which in the past served as a fortress for an armory. Within, lurking among the shadows, lay more of those unearthed skeletons and also people with an errant appearance and demeanour, to say the least. You wonder if you could still regard them as such. What was going on here? Could there be someone behind all this, like there was when you faced a similar situation just a few weeks ago? Here we go. We have all of these things. Okay, we're set up. So as you can see, we've got a grey monster rookie, and we've selected a bone reaper for this mission. A skeleton archer rookie, as there. An interaction token, which is page 7. 1 chest, which is here. And then because we have 2 players, we have another grey monster, which is another bone reaper. Now we also have this trapped door. When this door is opened, right after completing its setup, if any hero has the Shattered Barrier Thunder status, they must erase it and nothing happens. We do not. Otherwise, if no hero has it, a trap is triggered, and each hero must make an agility skill challenge of difficulty 11. Each agility cube they have gives them a +2 bonus to their roll. Heroes who fail the check suffer 2 non-preventable damage and stun. So, our good hero Tork is going to suffer stun unless he can pass a check on a 9. So with a skill check, you have your difficulty. Every green cube, active or committed, adds +2 to the check. So he needs to roll a 9+. So he rolls a 17, so he passes, so he does not suffer stun. Drasek, he has 1 green cube also. He rolls a 7, so Drasek fails. So he suffers stun, which means he loses an action cube on his next activation. Yep, cool. So we go back to the rest of his moves. So if you recall, we're in the middle of a savage charge. So we've used 1 move. We have 6 move remaining. Now, if we have a look at the Bone Reaper, he's speed 3, and he is acting basically last. And if we have a look at the Skeleton Archer, he's multi-shot 2 and poison. Let's go and have a look at this here. So the Bone Reapers have 12 health, 12, 12, and the Skeleton Archer has 9. So we've still got plenty of movement to go. Now, we don't have an attack action left, so if we move forward, we're just going to get pummeled. So I think we'll just move back. We know this guy's speed 3, we know this guy's speed 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can get into range, so we'll just go to here. What's here? Let's go to there. And that'll be the end of his savage charge. Cool. So initiative tracker, we move across to Drasek. So Drasek has stunned. So that means he only gets 1 cube action. And that's okay. we will start by moving 1, 2 to here, and we'll open this chest as a minor action. So Drasek, we suffered 2 damage and stun. So Drasek will open the chest and he suffers a bleed of 2. Boop. And inside the chest, so because of the teddy bear, whenever you draw a chest card, draw 2 cards and keep one of them. So, a potion of preparation, nice, and a potion of healing. I don't think we need healing, so we'll actually do the potion of preparation, I think. Done. Good job, Drasek. So his second action will be Invigorating Steps. Move 3 and heal 2. Now, unfortunately, you can't take a second minor action of the same type in that turn, so we can't open the second chest. So we will not open the second chest. We will just stay there after healing for 2, and that is all. And that will be the end of our 2 heroes actions. We will now move on to the Skeleton Archer. He is going to be able to hit here, so he's going to go 1, Skeleton Archer, 1, 2, 3, 4. So he is in range to shoot Drasek, so he is going to do so. It's going to be 3 damage and poison. We will use our red cube to self-prevent 3, which then negates the poison damage from the Skeleton Archer. Next on the initiative tracker is the Bone Reapers. And so we go from top down, which is a yellow Bone Reaper first. So he's just going to go 1, 2, 3. They are speed 3. They're immune to poison. What else are they immune to? Intimidate. Oh, regeneration. That sucks. Cleave 2. 1, 2, 3. So we'll definitely go here and not there. Good plays. Good plays from Deno. Perfect. So that's it. He doesn't attack either. We now move on to the final card, which is draw a rune card. So the way this card works is you draw 1 rune and then we flip it. So it targets the strongest hero, that is Drasek. It will go from the closest spawning point, and we get an orange rune in an L shape. So the rune goes over here, and that is relevant now for some abilities. And we put down an L shape. So the L shape spawns from this point here. Now, as I said in the last one, if you are unable to reach a hero, you are supposed to use 3 small ones. However, I really like these geometric things, and so I'm actually going to do that. So I think that makes more of a interesting darkness experience. We then flip this, so next turn we actually draw 2 runes from the bag. And that's it. It's time for us to go back to the start, which means it's Mighty Tork. Okay, so Mighty Tork, what do we want you to do? Mighty Tork. We got any pushes? Have to push some of these idiots into lava. That'd be cool. No pushes. It's a stomping leap, which we can't do. Ooh. Okay, so we will go 1, 2, 3. And the archer is multi-shotting, so I think we want to try and take the archer out. So we will use a... So we will move Tork 1, 2, 3. And he's then going to use his beheading strike. We definitely want to try and take out the skeleton archer because it has multi-shot. So it's +3 hit. We are not adjacent to our leader. So we are just looking for a 4+. That's a 12. It's not a critical. So it is +2 damage and crit 16. So it's a total of 5 damage. We can make that 6 using this. So I think we will make that 6 damage. So the skeleton goes down to 3. And we can then join the fray. So we'll move 1, 2, and we will use our into the fray, which would shield 2. We already have 2 shield for Tork. And so we then make a melee attack. Oh, it's a critical one. That's a shame. We would have killed him. That's all right. Drasek will have to get the job done. So we move to here. Drasek goes. So he'll start by doing a minor action here to open the chest. Scroll of Icy Bolts. Nice. And Forgotten Treasure. We'll take the Forgotten Treasure. So this is the one that you want to try and get basically every mission. So there's only one of these in the deck. You shuffle the level 1 camp items and reveal the top 3 cards. Pick one and reshuffle the rest. So I'm going to do that now. Come on. Cool, so the first one we draw 3 items. We get plate armor, that's good. Prevent 5, nice. Lesser displacement cloak, which no one can use, and Staff of the Moon. So we will take the breastplate, which Drasek can wear right now. And so that is actually a straight improvement. It's just self-prevent 5. So that's a good result. We'll put the plate armor away. So that was still his movement action. Oh, 1, 2 from the bleed. That was his minor action, sorry. So we can go 1, 2, 3, or we can just take the damage. 1, 2, 3. So we'll do that. We'll take 2 damage from the darkness, and we will then use a yellow cube to do a Valiant Smite, which is a +1 hit with a reroll. So we roll a critical. It's a real shame. That would have done a lot of damage. So the critical is going to kill the skeleton archer completely, which we like. And now we'll do a Righteous Purge on Drasek, which is heal 2, 1, 2, and do 2 damage. And we'll just do 2 damage to this guy, to this pink guy. Yeah. And that's it. So we would be Skeleton Archer, but there's no Skeleton Archer, so we'll go straight to him. Now, he does not have a black rune for regeneration, so he will do Cleave 2, Bleed 1, 4 damage. Cleave 2, Bleed 1. Okay, so pink guy goes first, yellow guy goes first. 1, 2. He can't get into range of both for Cleave, so he'll just do 4 damage and Bleed 1. Drasek will take 4 damage and Bleed 1. And then, do I have any other preventions? Don't have a Retaliate available. Don't have a, no. Cool. And then this guy, he will actually move 1, 2 to here, and he will cleave, which means he hits both targets. And so we have to use the shields for Tork. He has 4 shields, which means he suffers no damage and therefore does not suffer the bleed. Drasek, do we have a way to prevent on Drasek? We will use our Retaliate 3 there. So pink will have 7 health remaining. And Drasek does not have any prevention abilities left that he can use. So he's just going to have to take 4 damage, 6, and another bleed. Suboptimal. Cool. Then he got heal 2. He's got heal 2, heal 2. Okay. We then draw 2 runes. So let's snip over here. We draw a green in a Z shape. And we draw a blue. So the green will go first, and it is going to go here. And it is going to target Tork because he's the strongest hero. And that means he takes 2 damage. 1, 2. And then we put the L shape down, and the L shape will go here. So everywhere is bathed in darkness. Suboptimal. 2 damage on Drasek, 2 damage on Tork. Drasek is very early on about to die. But that's okay. We have a potion of fortitude that we are able to use. So that is the end of the round. So we flip this now to draw 1 rune card. And we go back to Tork. So Tork does not have a bleed. He has one attack left with his cube action. We need to get away from the darkness. So I think we will definitely... I could have diverted and prevented 3. Heal 2 and cleanse 1. How do we best approach this? Yeah, so we'll just do a mighty blow. +2 hit, +1 damage, and knockdown on this pink guy. Now we are in darkness, so we are suffering -2. So do we move first? How many wounds has the pink guy got left? We're not going to kill him with this attack. So I think our best play is actually to go 1, 2, 3. No, we'll just go to there so that we're adjacent to that for the +2 leader roll. That's good because I rolled a 3, which means we hit, thanks to the leader bonus. Good decision. +1 damage and knockdown, so it's going to do 4 damage to yellow. And Tork now has to do an unwilling recall. At this point, he's going to give this potion of fortitude over to Drasek as a minor action. He has to put out one of these. Where do we put it? Probably on... Oh, this is tough. Savage Charge. And he still have his second action left. So we will do join the fray, shield 2 and move 2, and take a normal hit. So I don't think we'll actually move. Shield 2. And no, we will move. We'll move to there. On him, that's an 8. That is a hit. So that's another 3 damage to him. He's down to 5. Tork's done. Over to Drasek. So, start of Drasek's turn, he suffers 1, 2 for bleeding. And that's good. And he's going to move out of the darkness, so he's not going to suffer any damage from that. So Drasek will move 1, 2, 3, exiting that. And he will then use his yellow cube to heal 2. 1, 2. And he will then use his red cube to do a Dragon's Breath. So that's strike 1 and it is +2 hit, and it is burn 2. So he's breathing fiery flame onto this guy in yellow. It's a 12, it's a hit, so it does 4 damage. No, it does 3 damage, which will then put this guy down to 2, and he will then have burn 2, which means at the start of his activation, he will die. So very good, very good. So that's the end of Drasek's turn. He then has to do an unwilling recall. All of his things come back. He has to put out a curse cube, but he is going to discard his potion of preparation to clear that curse cube, and that will get him focus 2. And that is all. So on his turn, so he's burning this guy, so he will just straight up die. Get out of here, guy. This guy will go, he goes 1, 2, 3. He does have cleave, so he's going to attack both targets. He's going to do 4 damage. However, Drasek now has his breastplate available, which allows him to prevent 5, so he will take no damage. And Tork, he is going to self-prevent 2 and move 2, or just prevent 3. I think we will prevent 3. No, he's got shield 2, so we'll do that. And we'll prevent 2 and move 2. And he'll just move 1 space to here. That's the end of his round. Skeleton Archer is gone. And so we will have a single rune drawn from the rune bag. We draw a green in a little shape like that. That's good for us. I think we're avoiding the darkness now. It's chasing us. Back to the start. Tork, mighty Tork. So this guy has a total of 7 health left. So I think we'll just do a beheading strike and try and crit on a 16 and just straight up kill him. Yep, that seems like the wise choice. Let's see if we can roll 16 plus. We do roll a 16 plus. That seems pretty good. So that is +2 damage, which means it's 5 damage, which is doubled to 10. So we just straight one-shot that buffhead. That's good. That's good. So Drasek can now, Tork can now use his I really want that battle focus now. Can't use it, that's okay. He'll just do this melee cube to heal 2 and cleanse on himself. 1, 2, and cleanse that curse cube. He'll then move. 1, 2, 3. And as a minor action, he's going to interact with this book of interactions. Still 1 left. So, let's go and have a look at the book area. It's a tough choice, friends. It's a tough choice. Do we go with the light blade? Do we go with the locked drawer? Do we go with the open drawer? Do we pick up a crossbow? Do we pick up a shield? Or do we pick up an axe for our barbarian? Oh, I think I'll pick up the axe, thanks. Number 13. Pick up the axe. Certain that few things are more reliable than good heavy steel, you take the axe and risk a few swings to test its balance. Surely this formidable weapon will help you defeat the evildoers here. Take the bloody axe. Whee! All right. So this is an interesting weapon because it is a light or heavy weapon. and we will absolutely be doing this. Now, I don't have any way of bleeding the enemy with these particular dudes, so it's not going to be easy for me to trigger its bonus, but maybe we'll be able to get some things that help us do that in the future. Is there any bleed? I don't think I do any bleed. This one's knocked down. No bleed. So this actually is basically not much better to it. But if we get a cosmic gem, it gets slightly better damage. So in we go with our bloody axe. Let's hope we can find a cosmic gem. Drasek, 1, 2, 3, and he's going to look in this. Cosmic gem. Scroll of Icy Bolts and Scroll of Incinerate. Discard 2. I think we'll take the Scroll of Icy Bolts. Cool. So that is this. And then Drasek will go 1, and he will do this interaction token. And Drasek's going to pick up the shield. Pick up the shield. Take the kite shield from the adventure deck. I will. Kite shield. Goes right here. Wonderful, wonderful times. We have a shield. We have some breastplate. It's all going well. Drasek. We'll go there, and we will open the door with another minor action. What do we do? We went 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, so we can't quite do that just that easily. We can do a move 3, heal 2. So we'll heal 2, and we'll go 1. We'll minor action, open this door. So, the storage room. Going through the next door, you come across what must have been a storeroom or basement. The strange gloom lingers ahead as a monstrous creature covered in plate armor steps out of the shadows menacingly. Nearby, another figure lays still, a priest in the robes of the Church of the Setting Sun, in such a frail state that you can't tell whether he is dead or alive, resting in the corner of the wall. Cool. I'll go set that up. Okay, there it is. So we have the Skeleton Archer, we have the Bone Reaper, and we now also have a Shadow Knight. So let's nip over here. So the Shadow Knight, he activates at this point. The Skeleton Archer activates at this point. And that is all of that. I didn't flip my room card. So the Shadow Knight has 15 health, and we will make him pink. The Bone Reaper has 12 health, and the Skeleton Archer has 9. All right. So now we have another locked door, Thunder Barrier. When this door is opened after completing its setup, if any hero has the Shattered Barrier Inferno, they must erase it and nothing special happens. We do not. However, a trap is triggered and each hero must make an agility check. So we shall make some agility checks. Tork. Tork fails because he only has 1 agility cube, so he rolls that. And what happens? And burn 2. Yucky. Burninating the countryside, burninating the peasants. Drasek. Drasek critically fails, 2 damage, burn 2. He's having a bad time, actually. He's getting smashed. However, he still has the remainder of his action, so he will go there and there. And then he's going to use this Scroll of Icy Bolts, which is discard up to 2 targets, 3 damage, and knockdown. So we are going to target both of these 2 with this Scroll of Icy Bolts, which will do 3 damage to him and knock him down, and 3 damage to him and knock him down, which means their turn, this turn, is going to be significantly less concerning. Okay, that is the end of Drasek's turn. So if we go over to the initiative tracker, we now have a Skeleton Archer he's knocked down, he stands up, and he does nothing. The Shadow Knight, however, is not going to do nothing. So the Shadow Knight, so if we have a look at his card, you can see he's movement 2. However, because he's a large monster, he moves through zones. So he'll do that. And now, he would strike 2 enemies in adjacent things. However, he does not do that, but he shields 1. And that is the end of him. And we now go to the Bone Reaper. He's knocked down. He has his turn, and he's done. So we're back to Tork after drawing 2 runes. A blue zigzag and a black zigzag. Okay. So I think we're both getting tagged again, which could be the end of Brave Drasek. So this one, yeah, so this one can go like this. And this one can go like this. All right, well, that's suboptimal. Everyone's covered in darkness. It's chasing us. 1 black, 1 blue. But it is Tork's turn. So first of all, he's going to burn for 2. And he has 2 cubes left. And they are both not useful cubes, really. Should we have done a thingy action knowing that we were going to open the door? We probably should have. So you can do a willing recall at the end of your turn if you have 2 cubes of the same colour left and only 2 cubes. So I think our best play is to do that. Yep, so we'll do an unwilling recall. So we're going to put a cursed cube out. We'll pretend we did this at the end of our last turn. And we will get rid of Savage Charge again. And we're then going to move. 1, 2. Because we moved into darkness, we suffer 2 damage. And that is that. And then he's going to take 2 swings. He's going to do his Beheading Strike. And he rolls a 10, which is a hit, but is not a critical. So the Beheading Strike is 5 damage to the big Shadow Knight. Now because of elevation, because he's above him, he does actually gain a bonus on that hit roll, which is good. Now, do I heal 2 and cleanse 1? Or do we just take another swing? Yeah. Now what we might do is Self, Shield 4, and Fury 1. So we're going to shield up. And hopefully we will be able to convert next turn into a big one. So he is going to burn, but he's going to be able to do some prevention. I think we're in trouble here with Drasek. So first thing that happens is he takes 2 damage from the burn, and that goes down to 1. And then, because he's going to have to move into darkness, he is going to immediately die, which means he goes back to full health. He removes the burn cube. He immediately takes a full recall action, free recall action. I just have to double check. I think he doesn't have to take a curse cube for that, so I'll check that in a second. And that was him moving to here, so he'll then move to there. And he still has his cube actions to do. Cool. So we will use our leader order where Tork will get to make 2 swings. Yeah. So Tork hits and does 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And Tork then gets to make another swing thanks to our leader order. And he rolls a 17, which is another 3 damage. 1, 2, 3, down to 4 on the big fella. Sorry, the big fella does actually have a shield, so we'll just take 1 damage off that. Boom. We did have to put a fatigue cube. Sorry, I've completely... sometimes my brain works quicker than it should. So I'm just going to put it here because I'm then going to use this potion of fortitude to just remove it straight away. So in my mind, I had already negated that curse cube, which is why I track trauma cube, which is why I didn't put it down. Then we are going to do a Valiant Smite, which is +1 hit, reroll +2 damage. We roll a 6, which is enough to hit because we're hitting on a 7 and we're +1 hit. It's +2 damage, which is 5 damage. And if we go over here, you can see that 5 damage is enough to kill the Shadow Knight. Did not even get to swing in anger, the Shadow Knight. Good work from our team, good work. However, we are about to suffer the wrath of a skeleton archer. So I will just go and check that rule on the if it's a free recall action, so stand by. Indeed, I was correct. No curse cube, it is a full recall action. Let's go over to the initiative tracker. So Drasek's completed the skeleton archer, Shadow Knight is gone. So skeleton archer, he is going to multi-shot, he is going to be able to get into range. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to shoot both of us. So if we go and look at Tork, he just suffers 3 damage and then no poison. And if we have a look at Drasek, he is just going to use a red cube to endure 5, and he's done. For his breastplate. That breastplate's been very good. Great, so we'll move over to the Bone Reaper. He's speed 3, so he is definitely not going to be able to get to us. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. We are now drawing 1 rune, and this is where we will find ourselves with a blue little Z. So the Z can't fit in this spot here. And so this is when I'll use the correct rule. So both of these people are going to take 2 damage and be on darkness. And that is the end of the runic turn. We go back to Tork. 2 damage, 2 damage. Okay, so Tork's turn. So he takes 1 damage from fire, which is now gone. So we definitely want to heal and cleanse with him. What we'll actually do is we'll use our blue to retaliate 3 on the skeleton archer, our last turn. So Tork's turn, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then he's going to go join the fray to here, and he's then going to attack the skeleton archer. That's a 2, that is a miss, that's unfortunate, that would have been very nice. What do we do now? Yeah, we'll heal 2 and cleanse 1 using our green cube. 1, 2, and cleanse 1, removes that cube. So Tork is done, he's still got 1 shield, he's still got his fury, which is good, and he has 1 red cube left to do his prevent 2 and move. Drasek, 1, 2, 3. He will then do an invigorating steps, which is move 3, heal 2. Move 3, heal 2. And 1, do we keep going? And we'd use our fire to kill the skeleton archer. Or do we? Yep, I think we'll do that. We'll go to here, and we'll then do Dragon's Breath, which is +2 to hit, burn 2, and that's enough to kill the skeleton archer. So skeleton archer is removed. Has a cool upgrade. I'm happy with that. I still haven't used Warcry actually, which is a real shame, but that's okay. That's the end of Drasek, and so the skeleton archer is now removed. So we just trundle all the way over here to him, and he does go here, 1, 2. So we're going to take, what does he do? Cleave 2, bleed 1, and he's going to regenerate for 1 as well because of regeneration. Because there's 1 token here. I might actually give him another one because I think that was last turn. Cool. So he will swing on both. On Tork, he's going to block 1 with his shield. He's going to take 1, 2, 3. However, he's going to use his prevent 3. 1, 2, 3, which means we have a recall action. Savage charge. And on Drasek is going to retaliate 3 for here, which takes him down to 8. Drasek also takes a recall action, and he will put it on his intercept. And he will take 1, 2, 3, 4 and bleed 1. And that is the end of that. We're drawing 2 runes. A green long line and a red long line. Interesting. Green, red. So the closest spawning point is this one. So Tork, it's going to go Drasek and then Tork. We'll do this and this. So that is an intriguing state of affairs. It is back to the start. Tork. So we've got a full boat of actions. We are currently adjacent to our friend, which means we will gain a +2, but the darkness means we'll be -2. So I think we'll take our move action and we'll go 1, 2 to here. And we will then use our blue cube for Intimidate 4. And my next attack this turn gains +2 damage and crit 16. So we will then do a mighty blow, which will hit, sorry, I had to take 2 damage from moving through the thing. Yeah, so this will be hitting on 3s. It will knock down, and it will be a total of 6 damage. And we're critting on a 16, so that's a 10, it's not a 16, but it is 6 damage. So he's down to 2. Tork is done, and that guy's intimidated 4 for what it's worth, but I don't think he's going to swing. We can actually make it 1 extra using our fury, so we'll do that. No, we'll retain the fury. We'll keep the fury. Drasek. So first of all, Drasek is going to. We got any just straight damages? Just easy spells? No. First of all, he's going to take 1 damage from the bleed. So we're going to focus one and cleanse one, so we get to focus 3. So we've got our Blazing Smite up our sleeve. And then I guess we'll just do a Valiant Smite. Take this guy out, we get a reroll on it, so 13's enough. He is removed. He'll then take his move action to here. We'll investigate the chest. And again, because of the teddy bear, he's getting to flip 2. Scroll of Displacement. That's nice. 5 damage and stun. Will probably be that one. And a Potion of Healing. I want both of these. No, I think we'll take the Scroll of Displacement. And then we're going to do a minor interaction on this thing here. Let's snip over to the books page. We found the dead priest. Look at him. He's dead. So, as a paladin, a very holy paladin, I'm going to offer a funeral prayer for 21 because I'm a good bloke. Well, technically I'm not a bloke, I'm a dragon, but realising that this priest's death must have been violent and sudden, you reserve a little of your time to offer his soul, which must have lost his way, some well-deserved nurturing. You recite a brief prayer as we all learned in our childhood, knowing this is the right thing to do. You gain focus 2 and write down rest in peace on your campaign log. Well, that's annoying. That's it. That's the end of the phase. We are back to drawing 1 rune. It is going to chase the strongest hero. Green. Zigzaggy. It's going to, we'll place it here. Like so. 2 damage on Drasek. And then we are flipping the rune card. And then we are back to Tork. So Tork's going to, first of all, take his move action. And he's going to move 1. And he's going to open this remaining door. The Ritual Chamber. Stepping forward again, you find yourself in a ruined chamber where thick columns rise to the ceiling, flanking a statue of a woman standing on a pedestal. Around here, a few more of these tormented people hum their dirge in a language you don't know, immersed in some kind of ritual. Tattered clothes, lost boots, and tools lie scattered everywhere, leading you quickly to conclude you have been fighting Black River's missing all along. Cool. And I will set that up. And we have a special event trigger when we defeat every enemy. This is quite large, so we're going to be shuffling this across. And yeah, ooh, some more chests for me to look at. Very good. I'll set that up now. All right, we are set up. We have completed the setup of the dungeon. It looks super cool. You can see we have 2 chests in the middle there. We have plenty of dudes, so he's still got some actions to go. Some movement to go, sorry, but he's not going to have enough to get to here. So he hasn't done any cube actions yet. What cube action are we going to do? You're about to die, buddy. So I think what we will do is we'll go 1, 2 to here, and then we will put up our Enrage, which gives us Shield 4 and Fury 1. And then I think we will jump to here, target all adjacent enemies for 2 damage. Target adjacent enemy, 2 damage, and that is pink. 1, 2. So this guy moves 1, 2, 3. So he's not going to get this guy's 1, 2, 3. This guy's 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's not going to get there either. So we're just going to suffer the attack of that guy with that play, and it gets us in the room ready to dance. So that seems like a good play. We'll go over here. Tork's going to go. Drasek, sorry, he's going to go. He's going to interact with the this thing here. So, all right. So our interaction, we are going to interact here. We've already offered a funeral prayer. We will go 22, and we will loot the treasure bag. We have the rest in peace status. So you pull the small pouch and notice there are many coins and gems. Even though these riches are of little value at a time like this, your eyes catch a cosmic glow of a dark, opaque gemstone among the small treasures. One you can't help but pick it up. Take the Cosmic Gemstone 2 from the adventure deck. Cosmic Gemstone 2. So, we are going to use that over here on our bloody axe very shortly, but we need to get to him. So this is a consumable, it goes here. Drasek is then going to move 1, 2, 3. And then he will do an invigorating move. 1, 2, 3. That does mean that guy can get to us, which is going to heal 2. We'll heal ourselves for 2. And we still have another cube action. So, yeah, we will do this Divine Sacrifice, pay 1 hit point, target other adjacent ally, heal 5. Go up to 8. Do we want to do that? He's got full shields. Yeah, that's fine. I think that'll get us through till the end of this mission. We'll then give the Cosmic Gemstone to our friend Drasek, which means he is going to be able to, also to our friend Tork, he's going to be able to socket it in this bloody axe. So we now go to 8s to hit, but we do 4 damage, which is a very nice position to be in. Good, good, good. So that's the end of that. So it's over to the monsters. So this skeleton archer is going to go. He will move to here, and he will target both of us with his shot. Drasek just takes 3 and nothing happens. Sorry, Tork. And then Drasek will have to use one of these prevention abilities. We have the Kite Shield, which is fatigue 1, and we have Endure. So what we might actually do is Tork may actually use his prevent 3 on Drasek. So that's done. We then will move over this skeleton archer. He'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. He is going to be able to attack everyone. That's annoying. All right, well, Drasek is going to, he really needs to prevent that damage, so I think we'll just do a retaliate and take the 1, 2, 3 and poison 1. And Tork, he will use his prevent 2, move 2. Yep. So everything goes in there. So he is going to take 1 poison as well. He's only going to take, oh no, he's not going to take a poison because he has his 1 shield up. So that's it for that. He puts out a curse cube. We'll put it on Stomping Leap. So 2 curse cubes here. Drasek, he's done. It's now the big boys. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to have a swing. However, we're going to use our breastplate to prevent 5, which means we suffer no damage. And he's going to put out a curse cube, and he will put it on his retaliate action. And then we're drawing 2 runes from the bag. A long line and a little one of those. So the long line, our strongest hero is Tork, so it will go towards Tork. It's going to go like that. And then this one will get Tork for 2 damage. We're back to the start. We're flipping 1 rune next turn. This is an exciting finish. If it is the finish, who's to say? Okay. Need to get some stuff happening here. Okay, so I definitely think our best play with, he's going to go 1, 2 to here. So you can move through friendlies, I think. Pretty sure you can. And then, do we use our enrage? I think we probably do use our enrage. And we're going to go with a beheading strike. I'm going to try and crit that. Who's the bigger threat here? Probably the skeleton archer with his multi-shot. It's an 11. It's not a crit, but it is 4 damage, which goes to 6 damage, which I could spend 2 to take it to 8. Ugh. Nah, so we'll just take 6 damage. Oh, actually, I've got 3 fury. Yep, I'll spend my 3 fury to kill the skeleton archer. So skeleton archer gone. Good turn from Tork. Good turn. Plus the 4 shield. All right, Drasek. He's got a more challenging decision, I think. So 5 damage from the Scroll of Displacement, Telekinesis 3, and Stun. Let's go 1, 2 to here. And let's use our, well, we take 1 damage from this poison. Let's use our minor action to open this chest. Oh, this guy went 1, 2, 3. Minor action to open the chest. We really want to see another potion of healing here or something like that. Scroll of all icy bolts is perfect for us, and potion of healing. Of course, that's what we get. I really want that scroll of icy bolts because it's going to allow me to knock 2 of those guys down. But we'll take the scroll of icy bolts. I think that's actually more beneficial for us right now. He's still got his 2 cube actions. So if we go with the Dragon's Breath. No, so what we'll do is we'll use a yellow melee cube to do our leader order, which will allow Tork to make 2 swings on this guy. So we will do that. So that is a miss, unfortunately, even though he's got +2. There he goes again. 14 is a hit, so that is 4 damage to green. And we will then use our Scroll of Icy Bolts, 3 damage and knockdown. So we're going to knock down this guy. And we're going to knock down this guy. 3 damage on each of them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. And finally, we will, I think we'll use our Fiery Breath. We can get green very close to dead here. Fiery Breath. Yeah, we'll do Fiery Breath, which will be +1 to hit. So it's an 11, so that hits. Fiery Breath on him, it does 3 damage to him. Green, down to 4. And we're then going to use our Scroll of Displacement to just do 5 damage and telekinesis him, but we'll just take him off the board because he's only got 5 left. So that is the end of Drasek's turn. And we will go on to the initiative tracker. Skeleton Archer, he just stands up. He's not in range of anyone, so he can't do anything. This guy, he just stands up. He's not in range of anyone, so he can't do anything. We're drawing 1 rune, and we draw a little one of those. That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. It's going to get both of our guys for 2 damage. And that is that. Back to the start. I don't think we're going to be doing too much else here, Deno. How much we got left? That Skeleton Archer. All right, Tork. So he'll just move 1, 2 to there. Which means he's going to take another 2 damage from the thing, but then he's going to make a melee attack here. Uh, 9 is a hit, which is 4 damage, which is enough to kill the Skeleton Archer. That's a shame, you didn't see that, but it is. There we go, and he will then battle focus and cleanse 1. Drasek. He's going to open the chest that he is next to as a minor action. Scroll of Incinerate and a Scroll of Incinerate. I guess we'll take an Incinerate. So that's going to do 2 damage and burn 4. He actually did regenerate 1. So we'll just use that, 1, 2. We'll then move down to here and we'll do a Valiant Smite with Drasek, which is +1 to hit with a reroll. A 9 is enough, and that is 2 damage, which is a total of 5 damage plus burn 4, which means he is going to die at the start of his turn. We will then use a Focus 1, Cleanse 1. And that also removes our poison. That is the end of the mission. That is the end of all monsters, because at the start of his turn, he dies to burn. And we now go on to an audience with Your Majesty. As per the final thing. So let's nip over to that. We've made it to an audience with Your Majesty. As the last of your enemies falls and you finally begin to understand what is going on, you notice a passage underneath the base of the statue that appears to descend into a hidden chamber. The humming dirge continues to emerge from down there, along with a strange greenish light, and that is something new to you. You don't remember seeing such a light before, or at least not one this strong. Certainly, whatever is making people lose their minds is coming from this place, and you need to go down and confront the evildoer behind these spells to put an end to it. You descend the stairs foot by foot, and when you step back onto solid ground, your eyes can hardly believe what you see. A sort of catacomb adorned with alchemical paraphernalia, with bones scattered everywhere, along with more of that strange tar-like substance. However, nothing draws your attention more strongly than the being that you see up ahead, leading the chant which now reverberates from the walls like the conductor of some blasphemous orchestra. Is this the culprit you're looking for? The creature responsible for your dearest one's downfall? Could it be that in the end, as you feel in your heart and wish with all of your forces, that you are just another one of his victims? You are not welcome here, mortal, the figure intones, its tattered robes floating into the air as he recognizes your intrusion. His voice is husky, cadaverous, and its echoes are distorted through the air, unlike any sound you've ever heard. But now that you've come, you can join us. He completes the threat with a terrible laugh, and somehow you know that if it isn't the last thing you hear in this life, this certainly will not be the last time you hear it. twisted by the will of the crowned skeleton before you. The bones scattered across the vast dark water mirror, covering the floor, reassemble and rearm themselves. A strange fog hovers around you, as if wanting to swallow you up and make you disappear into the darkness, just as it seems to have done to the passage you emerged from. Okay, so we are going to remove the darkness hunting tile, remove all heroes from the board and undo all current setups. Runes must be left on the initiative track, but no other cards but the hero's initiative cards are left there. We place the Undead King board set there, and he has 30 health per player, so he has 60 health. Very good. We build the setup as shown. Here is the setup. Boom. We are ready to go. We then go to each hero. They take a free recall action. So all of their stuff is recalled. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. And then remove all trauma cubes and add 5 health. We have no trauma cubes. Remove all curse cubes and add 2 health to the Undead King for every cube removed this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 64 health. All heroes recover all health. 16, 15, but they retain all of their focus and positive attribute status. Move the initiative marker back to the start of the track, and that is it. Cool. So this fight is quite fun. As I said, I've done this one before, so we know what's coming to some extent. The number of these is relevant. So cool. We are over here at Tork, so he will have first action. Then we will do this. So let's go and have a look at the dungeon. So these tiles here are darkness tiles, which means they follow the normal rules for darkness. These are minions, so these have these stats here. The number of red runes drawn determines their movement, their range, and their damage. So they're currently doing damage 1 because there is 1 red rune, but because they're in darkness, that'll go to damage 3. So we do probably want to try and clear those. However, the way we win is by defeating the boss. Rush down the boss. We do have our Scroll of Incinerate, which we can use on the hero, on the boss, which is good. What's our best approach here? So let's just go and have a look at the initiative tracker again, because I think there's one. Attacks all enemies within range 1. Curse 1. Yeah. Okay, settle the score, retaliate all damage. Okay. So yeah, it's an interesting setup because the minions themselves aren't really going to cause us too many troubles. I would love to get over to the treasure chests, but let's see if we can. So Tork. Yep. So yeah, we're going to go Tork first. Obviously, we're going to go Tork first because he's first on the initiative tracker. But we're going to start with a cube action. And that is going to be Savage Charge. He's going to pay 1 hit point, 1. And he's going to move 6 spaces. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he is then going to, we'll actually go there. And he's then going to do 2 damage to an adjacent enemy, which will do 2 damage to take the boss down to 62. He will then do a beheading strike, which is going to be +3 to hit. So he's going to take his move action first. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. So he has elevation. So he has +2 to hit. And then he's going to use a beheading strike, so +3 to hit. So he's +5 to hit, which means he's a 3+ to hit. And that is all. So that is a 6, which is a hit. So that will do 4 damage. So he's down to 58. We did not roll 16, so we do not crit. We will then open this chest and we will suffer no damage. And we will pick ourselves up a scroll of incinerate. And I'm actually going to use that straight away to discard for 2 damage. 1, 2. And burn 4. So burn 4 seems nice on the boss. Good start for Tork. He is done. So Drasek. Drasek is going to do a move action. No, he's actually going to use his 2 cubes. He's going to use this blue cube. No, he's going to use this green cube to do a target ally. Sorry, I've completely stuffed up because we have to go to the initiative track and move on to this one. We draw 2 runes. We draw an initiative marker. We draw a red rune and we draw a green rune. So the red rune goes here, the green rune goes here. Cool, and then we summon 1 skeleton minion per player. So we have to summon 2 more skeleton archers. Cool, okay, so we have now got 4 skeleton archers. Suboptimal. But I have a plan, I have a cunning plan. So Drasek will go 1, 2, 3 to here. He's going to take 2 damage from entering the darkness. We will then have him use his focus, 3 focus, to do a blazing smite. So that is +1 hit, +1 hit, +1 damage and burn 2. So we're going to target the 2 skeletons adjacent to us. So the first one, that's a 10, so that's a hit. The skeletons have 3 damage, so if we hit them, we kill them. And that is a 5, which is +1 is not enough. +1 -1, 5. Nope, so that's not enough. So we will kill 1 skeleton archer. We will then use a yellow cube to do a valiant smite, which hits him, kills him. And we will then use a dragon's breath, which is strike 1, so it's going to hit everyone in this area. +2 to hit. Probably, yeah, that's fine. Had to do it this way. That's cocked, fortunately, because it was probably going to miss. Critical. Suboptimal, but we kill both of them. Good, good, good. So that's Drasek's 2 actions. So we'll go over here to the initiative tracker now. So we resolve all conditions affecting the Undead King. So he's going to take 4 damage, which takes him down to 52. And the Undead King now attacks all enemies that are within range 1, dealing X -2 damage to each, X being this. So he's dealing 2 damage, which is going to remove 2 shield from Tork. So that's done. The burn from him goes down to 3. We now move to here. Each hero suffers curse 1, then the Undead King attacks each hero at any range. So we will take Stomping Leap for curse, and we will take Intercept for that one. 2 damage for each. 1, 2, 1, 2. Sorry, he does not take 1, 2, he's got shield 4. So that's our curses done. Then the Undead King jumps to the strongest heroes area. So So do we use a prevent now so that we don't get thrown into darkness? No, that's fine. So we'll throw him into the darkness. He jumps to here. I think that's destroyed or maybe moved away. So the undead king jumps to there. And that is all she wrote. Then activate all minions. We go back to Tork. So he will move 1, 2, 3 to remove the. He did take 2 damage from being thrown into darkness. Cool. So he will swing using his mighty blow, but before he does that, he's going to do a war cry, which is he's going to intimidate for 4, which doesn't do anything, but your next attack gains +2 damage and crit 16. Mighty swing, +2 hit, +2 damage, crit 16. It's an 11, it's not a crit, but it is 6 damage to the undead king. 46. And he is done. Drasek will go. Sorry, the undead king summons 2 skeleton archers on the orange rune. Boo boo. And we draw 2 more runes. And we draw a green and a black. Green, black. Now Drasek's turn. Okay, so we can probably afford to so let's go 1, 2, 3 to there. And we will use our leader order at any range for a hero to make attack +0/+0, and we'll target Tork. That's a critical, which is a natural 20, so that is double damage for 8 damage. So 8, 38. Cool, that was his first swing, and his second swing is a 1, so nets off pretty fair. And then for his next one, he's going to heal 2 and cleanse 1, I think. Or do we focus and cleanse? Because we would probably like to get that. We'll actually use the green for that one, not the blue. And we will heal 2 and cleanse 1. Done. So that's Drasek done. So, Undead King, resolve all conditions. The Undead King is currently burning, so he's going to take 3 damage. That's now down to 2. And all heroes that are within range 1 suffer X minus 2 damage. So 2 damage for Tork the Barbarian. He's going to retaliate for 3 on that attack. 1, 2, 3. And he's going to take 2 damage. And then we're going to move over here. Each hero suffers curse 1. So we will curse that one. I definitely forgotten Orcish Bloodlust on multiple occasions. And we will curse on Intercept. And then he attacks us, dealing 3 damage. So we will retaliate 3. 1, 2, 3. Down to 29. And this guy will prevent 3, which will mean no damage. he will be forced to take an unwilling recoil, which is going to put another curse cube out. We will cover his enrage, or his retaliate. Okay. And have I done his? No, I have not. Great. So then the Undead King jumps to the strongest hero's area. He's going to jump to Drasek. No, he's going to jump to Tork, sorry. Tork's going to get thrown to here. He's going to suffer 2 damage for that. The final one is activate all minions. And so this minion is going to target Tork, and he's going to go to here. There is 2 reds, so it's going to be damage 1, so it's going to be 3 damage. So 1, 2, 3. This guy will then target him, so he'll go there, and that'll be 1, 2, 3. And that's it. We go back to the start. Tork. Okay, so we definitely need to do a cleanse, and so we'll go 1 to here, 2 to here, and we're going to swing. What do? Yeah, we'll do a heal 2 and a cleanse on ourselves. 1, 2, and we will cleanse. Actually, we might open the chest first so that we can see if we get a condition. We do not. That's going well. We get a potion of displacement or a potion of incinerate. I'll take the potion of displacement, scroll of displacement rather, and I will use it immediately on Tork. 5 damage, telekinesis 3, and stun. Now, we can do 5 damage to the boss, which takes him down to 24. Telekinesis, big monsters are immune to telekinesis. They are immune to stun. So it doesn't do anything to the boss, but does do 5 damage. And then we will do a beheading strike. Do we put up 4? Do we put up 4? I don't think so. I don't think we will put up our shield 4. Yep, so we roll 10, which is 4 damage, and he goes down to 20. We're drawing 2 more runes out of the bag. Red and a green. Red is not good. Green. And we are back to Drasek now. So I think our best move here is to go 1, 2, 3. And we will now make a divine sacrifice to pay 1 hit point to heal target adjacent ally for 5. We put out a curse cube. We will use invigorating steps, I think. And then we will, do we do a valiant smite here? Or do we just make Drasek hit twice? I think we'll make Drasek hit twice. So first of all, it's a 14, so that does 4 damage. And a 16. And again, 19. Down to 12. That is the end of that. And that's it. So we go to here. He suffers the conditions. So he's burning for 2. So he goes down to 10. I think we could be on here. And then he will attack everyone within range 1, which is both of us, for X minus 2 to each. So that is 2 damage apiece. So we will retaliate for 3 from Tork, 1, 2, or from Drasek rather. So he's down to 7. And we can't retaliate here, but we will prevent 3. We won't use that one, we use our red. Prevent 3. There. And we will then move over to this one. Each hero suffers curse 1. We will move the assault, and we will remove savage charge. 4 curse cubes on the boss. X damage, 3 damage each. So we will prevent 3. What we might do is we will use the kite shield. No, we can't do the kite shield. So we'll just prevent 5. Actually, they are at damage 4 now. So this is only doing 3 damage. So, yeah, we'll just raise our shield. Self, fatigue 1, prevent 2. So he's going to take 1 damage. And then on Tork, prevent 2, move 2. He'll move to there. Actually, he'll stay where he is. Prevent 2, he takes 1 damage. The Undead King jumps to the strongest hero's area. He gets knocked down to here. If we do that, he jumps to here with our move 2, and we can still knock him to there. And then the skeleton archers will activate. Did we summon 2 minions? Did I forget to summon 2 minions? I think I did. So there should be 4 now. So first one, we'll shoot him. He has no evasion, so it's 4 damage, 11 down to 7. Next one, we'll move 1, 2, 3 to here, and he will shoot for 4 damage, down to 3. This guy will go 1, 2 to here, 3 to here, and he'll shoot for 1, 2, 3, 4. So Tork is going to suffer a trauma. We'll use his battle focus. He's going to go back up to 15, and he's going to get all of his cubes back. And then the last guy will move 1, 2, 3, 4, and he'll shoot him for 2. And that is pretty much it. The Undead King has 7 health left, and we have Mighty Barbarian Tork, who's going to move 1, 2 to here, and he's going to use his beheading strike. He hits on a 15. It's very close. It's plus 2 damage. That's 6 damage. The Undead King has 1 health left. We will use our Mighty Blow for plus 2 to hit and knockdown. An 8. We have defeated the Undead King. Roar! So, let's go over here. Entry 15. End of the adventure. The heroes were victorious. The fight was intense, but against all odds, you have prevailed, and your last blow seems to have hurt the creature. You are a fighter, I'll give you that, he says in a choked voice, and even though the decomposed form doesn't indicate any kind of expression, you could swear he was upset. Although I feel to give death to those who seek it, your audacity has entertained me. Because of that, and because I have completed what I came here to do, I will call our meeting closed, but this will not be the end of our history. You continue to contemplate the dreadful figure, imagining that you are ready for a second round. However, your body falters, your sight blurs, and you fall to your knees. You aren't doing so well yourself. The darkness has come, mortal. The time of the Duranians is over, and I at last will wear the crown that is my due. Return to your people with the life I took and gave back to you, but let everyone know that the true king, the Undead King, has arrived. These are the last words you hear before you fall into unconsciousness. Write down the unbroken outcome on their campaign log. The adventure ends here. You may now proceed to the camp phase and read after the adventure, the aftermath. Suddenly wake up in an inn at Black River, gasping for breath as if you were drowning. Somehow you had managed to return to the small village, although you cannot remember how. The mayor is nearby, apprehensive but with a look of gratitude on his face. An emissary from the doctrine of the setting sun is also standing beside you, a bowl of porridge in his hand. You did well, my fellow. Mayor Cormac has informed me that of your incursion, and since that day 2 moons ago, the rangers have reported the old fortress has been quiet and appears to be unoccupied. Whatever you did, it worked. You discovered the tragic fate of Black River's missing, but that wasn't all, and you report everything that you saw and didn't quite understand. There was an undead king. He was bewitching and sacrificing people for for what he only hinted. The ritual was complete. After you share those details, the envoy ponders it for a moment. This is serious, very serious. And it can't just be between us. My fellow, I know I'm in no position to ask you anything, but we need your help once more. I must return to the cathedral and inform the doctrine of what you have reported to me. However, I've been dispatched on another mission, also very important, that I will need you to fulfill for me. You must find the sage Tharmagar in Umbral and escort him to Valorai. His knowledge will be crucial for what is to come. He concludes, handing you a badge and a writ. You accept the task. Now, more than ever, this has become a personal matter for you. The path to your redemption seems to lie in helping people fight and finding the truth behind it all. Yet, you notice, this is the first time in weeks that you don't feel guilty, and in the end, you conclude the priest was right. You want to thank him, but you can't find him anywhere. And no one in the caravan you came to Black River with remembers seeing you in the company of a priest. Ooh. Rewards. Reveal all cards from the level 1 equipment deck. Each player chooses one card. Cool. So that is the end of that adventure. I will come back shortly. All right, friends, so we've done a little shuffling here. So I've selected the Orcish Blade, which is a 9+ to hit, but it's 5 damage. And you can only make a single melee attack from each melee action you take or receive. Now, I sometimes think that's a downside. However, 1 melee attack, 1 melee attack, 1 melee attack, 1 melee attack, and Assault is 1 melee attack as well. So the only time that we are missing out on an attack, potentially, is when we use the leader order, which is when you can make 2 attacks. So yeah, we'll probably then lean more towards Assault. We've then moved the Bloody Axe that we picked up over here to Drasek, which is 4 damage. We really want to try and get a bleed somewhere along the way, but we will not be able to do that. So during the camp phase, as we've shown before, we have remove all condition tokens, remove all curse cubes and trauma cubes, which is good. We were getting close there. Recover all your action cubes, erase all statuses from your campaign log, and go to full health. We still have a scroll of Incinerate that we will keep up our sleeve. Lose that. And that's it. So that's the end of this episode, Chapter 3. If we look over here, this is the first time that I've actually moved past this page. So Chapter 3 is called The Jewel of the Free People. And that'll be our next mission. So I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. BigDeno out.